ಹಲೋ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾನ ಡಿರೈವೇಷನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಈಗ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್, ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಲೆಂದಿ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಡೆರಿವೇಷನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ 5 marks, okay, for your final board exam. So this is very important derivation. Okay, so let us try to understand the lens makers formula. First we need some consideration. ಸೊ ಈ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಬಹಳ ಬರೆಯೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಫೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್. ಈ ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರದ್ದು ಫೋಕಲ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವೋ ಅದರದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಅ ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆನ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ಇದು? ಕಾನ್ವೆಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ of focal length f. focal length ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? f. okay, let lens of ri means refractive index n2, sorry, I will n2 is placed in a medium of refractive index n1. ಅಂದರೆ n2ದ್ದು ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದು ಲೆನ್ಸದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಆಯಿತು, n1ದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಆಯಿತು. ವಾಟ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್? ಆಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೂ ಸರ್ಫೇಸಸ್, ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿ ಸಿ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಎರಡೂ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎ ಡಿ ಸಿಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಎರಡು ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕರ್ವೇಚರ್ ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಲೆಟ್ C1 ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ C2 ಬಿ ದಿ center of curvature having radius of curvature R1 and R2 respectively for surface. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ? C1 ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಬಿ ಸಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ C2 ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಡಿ ಸಿ. ಮುಗೀತಿಷ್ಟೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಎರಡು ಏನು ಬರಿಬೋದು? ಲೆಟ್ ಯು ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಬಿ ದಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ image distance. Okay, that's it. So the image of any lens will be formed like this. As you can observe, there are two different refraction, one at the surface ABC and another at the surface ADC. That means if there is a absence of ADC surface, then the image formed will be at I dash or I1. So if there is a surface ADC, then the image will be formed at I. That means there are multiple refraction takes place before the ray hits the principal axis. And we must understand, or we must remember that we must require two different rays in order to form the image. So one will be passing through the principal axis and another one will be certain axis. And here we are assuming that the object is considered to be as a point object. So let us try to understand this derivation by the two different surfaces. One will be ABC and another one will be ADC. As you can observe here, I have drawn the diagram ABC. In the diagram ABC, as you can observe, the distance here, distance of the object is nothing but u, and the image formed will be nothing but at I dash or I1 is nothing, I will take it as V1. Here V1 is nothing but considered to be virtual image formed in the absence of ADC. So here we will use the relation from the relation between the NUV and R, which will give us the certain idea. So what is that relation between NUV and R will give? That is nothing but a refractive index of the image space to the image distance. So as you can observe, this is nothing but the image space. ABC surface is nothing but considered to be image space, this shaded diagram. Okay, so what is the refractive index of that shaded diagram? That is n2. So therefore image space will be nothing but n2 divided by image will be formed at V dash or V1 minus refractive index of a object space. Object space is nothing but where the object is placed. Where the object is placed now here at the surface refractive index n1 divided by what is the object distance u, which will be equal to difference in the refractive index between image and object, that is n2 minus n1 divided by radius of curvature of the surface ABC. Radius of curvature of the surface ABC will be nothing but how much here? R1. So let it be equation number 1. So that's it. Further, let us try to understand from the another surface, that is ADC. We'll keep it as it is. No need to write any other sign conventions. Keep it as simple as possible. Okay. Now, another surface ADC. As you can observe here, at the surface ADC, the image, the refraction taking place. Here, the image I dash, whatever we have got in the previous equation, that is through the surface ABC, will now act as a virtual object. In the previous section it was virtual image. Now that virtual object, virtual image will act as a virtual object. Let us consider this one as a V1, as if this virtual object seems to be present in the medium N2, as if it is coming from this side. Okay, so let us try to write the same use the same relation. What is that? NUV and R. So what is that first one? Refractive index of the image space, where the image is formed now. Now the image is formed at the refractive index n1 divided by what is the image distance. Image distance is nothing but V minus refractive index of object space. Object is placed at n2 refractive index divided by what is the distance of the object. You don't get confused that object nowhere the object is present, but the object is nothing but what is that? I dash. So hence we will write the relation as V1, which will be equal to, again difference will be nothing but what? N1 minus N2 divided by what is the refractive index of a surface ADC? It is R2. Can we rearrange it as N2 minus N1? If I'm writing it as N2 minus N1, then I have to write it with a negative sign. This was R2. Let it be equation number 2. Now you look at the previous equation ABC through the surface ABC, and we have ADC. Simply we will add. So adding equation 1 and equation 2. What is equation 1? LHS N2 by V1 minus N1 by U. So that is N2 divided by V1 minus N1 divided by U. Again in equation 2 what we have? Plus N1 divided by V minus N2 divided by V1 will be is equal to, again in the RHS what do we have? N2 by N2 minus N1, which can be taken common in equation 2 also. If I take it common, then what I'm going to get? N2 minus N1. If I take it common, I will be left with 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. Further, as you can observe, here I can cancel these two, that is one is positive and another one is negative. So hence what I will be left with, in these two relations we have N1 common. So that means N1 if I take common, I will be left with 1 divided by V minus 1 divided by U, okay, which will be equal to N2 minus N1 into bracket 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. So as you can see here, I can write it as 1 by V minus 1 divided by U will be is equal to N2 divided by N1 minus 1 into bracket 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. Okay, so as you can observe here, 1 divided by V minus 1 by U, that means if I write the condition here, what is that condition? If U is equal to infinity, then what is the meaning of U is equal to infinity? When the object is kept at infinity, then we know image will be formed at its focus. So V will be replaced by F and U will be replaced by infinity. So 1 by infinity will be 0, neglect it. Therefore I will be left with 1 divided by F is equal to N2 divided by N1 minus 1 into bracket 1 divided by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. So this is our lens maker's formula. No need to write any other sign conventions and other extra things. This is more than enough to get you the 5 marks. Thank you.